Hello viewers, this is John from Cloud Tech Insight. Today we'll be talking about the new announcement, which is the Amazon S3 Express One Zone. This is a game changer. We'll be talking about giving a quick introduction, as well as some of the console view and some of the observation that I noticed in the management console. So let's get started. Let me quickly give you an introduction about S3 Express Zone. It delivers 10 times faster performance than S3 standard zone, and it promises around single digit millisecond latency. So one key note here is exceptionally efficient for small objects, which needs more explanation, which I will soon update in the next few videos. Next one is the object stored in a single availability zone, which enables the storage and compute to be co-located, which reduces the latency significantly, which means if you have a compute resource that's accessing, it'll be quicker in a single availability zone. But when you create some of these directories or buckets, it will ask you to acknowledge that there is only one zone. In case of disaster, you will not be able to retrieve some of the data. And then comes the main use cases that can be used. As of now, AI/ML and financial modeling, especially video or media processing, is really being used on Amazon S3 Express Zone. I think they will soon improve. I have some observations which I will share during the demo. So moving on, so the cost efficiency, so it provides like a 50% lower request cost. What does that mean? So AWS not just charge for the storage, but it also charge for the number of requests. So it's charged typically in thousands, 10,000s. So what it says is compared to the standard S3 standard zone, it's 50% lower cost. So this is again making it more cost efficient to work with S3 Express Zone. And then as of now, they have S3 API functions to interact with S3 Zone, and also byte range fetches and multi-part upload. So byte range fetches, as you know, if you can, if the file is in a couple of bytes, it can take partial file and read pretty quickly. So that increases the latency, the read latency especially. So that's the key features of S3 Express One Zone. And I want to talk about also the introduction of new bucket type. So that's a very important piece. In the demo, I will show you what is happening here. So there is a new bucket type. Okay, so you won't see the S3 Express Zone in the regular bucket list. You see it under the directory list, which I will demonstrate. And then new authentication model, as well as the naming conventions have changed a little bit to make this more efficient when it comes to larger files, video files, etc. So a few things I want to talk about during the reInvent session. There were a few customers who talked about their use case and how they S3 Express Zone really helped them. One of them is the chaos search, and the S3 Express Zone significantly boosted their performance, especially around 60% faster queries and cost savings without the need of code modification. So that's another key testimonial. And then comes the Cloudera. So Cloudera, as you know, it's a big data company, and they highlighted that they benefited from faster read and write performance up to 40% for their customers. Then comes the ColorFriend. They observed around 70% acceleration around digital video processing. So that's a game changer as well. So some of the video edits, video-based AI/ML applications would definitely benefit from S3 Express Zone. Then comes the Pinterest. So Pinterest used S3 Express Zone in conjugation with their MemQ system to make ultra-efficient data pipelines. They've seen around tenfold improve in performance and definitely reduced infrastructure cost. So let's get to the demo. I will show you how to create a bucket with an S3 Express Zone. What are the different things that you would notice in the console? These are things that we discussed, and I would also talk about some of the observations I made and questions that I'm waiting for a response. So let's get started. So this is the S3 console, and in order to create an S3 Express bucket or a directory, you have to bucket, click on the create. You will see two options. One is the general purpose, that is the regular S3 options here, and then directory options. So this is recommended for low latency use cases. These buckets use only S3 Express. So this is what you should be checking the box. And you have three AZs within the US East one, and you have to pick one of the AZs here. And then this is the area where I mentioned that you have to acknowledge this. So directory buckets store data across multiple devices within single availability zone. do not store data redundancy across availability zone. So we have to acknowledge this. In case of emergency or disaster, it will be difficult to retrieve some of the data, but this is where the latency comes into picture. And then you can mention your bucket name. I would pick Caltech Insights, Express, and it will add its own suffix to it. And that's how the bucket is formed. Once everything is entered, I would say create the bucket. So it takes a few seconds to create the bucket and it's available. So one thing I want to show you is once you go back to the S3 buckets and you don't see your bucket in the regular general purpose buckets, you have to click on the directory buckets, and that's when you see this Express Insights. So this is where the Express one is storing their bucket names. So you won't see the regular general purpose, you see in the under the directory bucket. So this is something to keep in mind. Now you can start creating and uploading files into it, and that's one area where we can deep dive. So one thing I noticed here is when you try to go to Glue crawler. So let's say if I want to upload a CSV file and crawl it into one of the databases, the Glue crawler is not able to identify the S3 buckets. Instead, it should be pointing to a directory, and that's something we can discuss in the future videos. I'm exploring more. Once I get the hang of it, I'll let you know and keep you posted. So that's something we will talk about in the future video. So thank you for watching the videos. I will keep you posted on the latest updates on S3 Express Zone. I'm still working on the Glue crawler working. We'll keep you posted. Like I mentioned, these are latest updates. There might be some inaccuracies. Please post your comments and let me know if there's anything that you can help me with the Glue crawler part. Thank you again. See you in the next video. Please subscribe for the latest updates.